Hey there everybody, it's Kelly with Kellyscards.ca and welcome to What's in My Stash. This is the very first video in this series and I've decided to use adhesive as my topic today, and more specifically tape adhesive, double-sided tape and runners. I think there's a lot of adhesives out there, so I thought I would start with this and then I will have another video on the other type of adhesives coming up as well. So by far my favorite double-sided adhesive has to be, now this has a million names, it says Sukwang tape. This tape also has names under Be Creative and Score tape, but basically you're just looking for the Sukwang onto all of the ends, and that is the right stuff. Now this is made in a ton of widths. Really, when I got this one here when it was on sale, I think I only paid like $10 for this entire roll, and I really don't use this very often, but there are some amazing things that you can do with adhesive this size. And one of the things I immediately thought of when I got this was taping it down and then using it kind of like a stick-it tape, which that will be in my next adhesive video, but I'll talk more about that. But this big roll, really, if you start cutting it down, that's when it gets more useful in my opinion. But I did buy this mostly because it was on sale. And then they have, of course, a lot of other widths. They've got like 1 inch and 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, etc., etc. My favorite width is the thin one. This type of tape, this Be Creative tape, is absolutely amazing. I use it for a lot of my binding products. So this is an album edge that I have created. This is the base of an album. And obviously when you create these bases, you want this really good to go because you don't want your album to fall apart. And when you do all these bindings and these hinges and that, you really want the best adhesive. And this adhesive is what I use. And I really feel like in some ways these bigger tapes, especially the 1 inch tape, is really overkill. I find this an extremely strong tape. When I put the adhesive down, I burnish it with this bone folder, and basically this just helps press it into the paper, and this is never coming off. So you really don't need massive widths on this. This tape in a 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch size is absolutely all you need, and it comes wrapped up like this. And again, this is useful for all kinds of things, but of course obviously cards and really albums. If I make an album, this is what I use. So that's my first thing. It's really the only double-sided tape that I use. I don't use any other company. I've tried some of them. I find them a little bit frustrating. One of the reasons why I also love this tape is if I just need a little piece, I just pull it off like that. It rips really easy. It's not difficult to make into different sizes, and I really like that. So going into some tape runners, I used to have a big ATG runner, and I mean it is, you guys know, you've seen them in other videos, they're absolutely huge, and I really didn't like it very much, and I felt like, I don't know, I felt like it was just way too big for me. So I saw this in a store and I bought this, and this is the Xyron Mega Runner. I really love this product. They're really easy to just pull the cartridge in and out and replace, and very, very simple. The refills come shipped like this in boxes, and you can get like the little dots one, or you can get the straight adhesive, and it is permanent adhesive. Really like this stuff, and not a bad price point for this. Again, size being what motivated me to buy it, but really I like the quality of this adhesive. Again, it's easy to refill. Another adhesive that I really haven't tried yet, this one here was recommended by Jennifer McGuire, and I did buy some of this, but I really haven't had a chance to use it. You can see that it is the dot adhesive, and I think one of the things she had mentioned was it was easy to rub away, but then when you really pressed it in, and with a bone folder to really press it in, then it would really stick. So I am looking forward to trying this. and I'll hopefully give you guys the review on this in one of the next videos that I do. Maybe I'll use this adhesive so you can see it in action. I have to say the #1 tape runner that I've probably used the longest would be this one here, this AdTech Crafters tape, which is a permanent tape. It comes in both the dots and the straight adhesive. What I love about this is, again, it's super easy to open and super easy to refill. I don't have problems with these gears. Some of the companies I had a lot of problems with the gears, and it just got to the point where I was throwing them out and not using most of them because of problems. This is an awesome system. Something like this is like $4 or $5, and then the refills come in packages of 2, and something like this is $4 to $5, and again we're talking Canadian dollars. And what I also love about this is available in Walmart and Michaels, so this isn't something I have to wait a week for or 2 weeks or put in an online order. This I can just go out and get. Really like this adhesive, and if I put it down and I need to rub it away, it goes away, and again, if I push it down with a bone folder, it is permanent. So really like this one here. Another tape runner that I bought just to try is this Tombow Extreme, and what I really liked about this one was using it on shaker cards. Really like this adhesive. It's pretty much the only reason why I use this adhesive. Really like it for the shaker cards. It's nice and sticky, and it is very, very permanent. So if you're looking for something that is extremely tough, and again, it's almost on the same level as the Be Creative tape, this is something that you can try. I want to give you some ideas on how you can use some of this Be Creative tape. A little bit more different than, say, just putting cards together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this tape now, and we're just going to zoom in so we can get a better look in here. So I'm going to use my adhesive and my grid lines here to help pull this across, and I'm just going to run this nice and straight like that, and then I'll just flip this over and cut this off. And now I've got this one strip of this Be Creative tape, and I'm just going to push it on here because this actual paper has a little bit of these gold flicks, and I'm going to play around with the fact that there's gold already on there. So now I've peeled this off, and what can we do with this? Well, I love this idea. I'm going to bring in some glitter, and I do have an upcoming video where I do this, and it is really a great technique. So you guys can watch out for that video, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of this gold glitter onto the card. And I'm going to just tap the extra off. I'm going to make sure I really get it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to really press it into the paper. And you really want to do this because you don't want any of this adhesive not covered by glitter. And I'm just going to do this again. I'm really going to push it in there. Now I'm just going to take a brush, and I'm going to brush off all the extra glitter like this. And look at this. Just so simple to add a little bit of glitter onto a card. This isn't going to fall off because it is very adhered to this piece of Be Creative tape, and really love this. You can do this on any piece of paper. So you can see these gold embossed spots on here, and yet it's still adhered to it really nicely. So this is an excellent idea, just how to use your double-sided tape just to get a little bit more out of it and to do such a fun technique like this. Another technique, what I like to do with Be Creative tape, I'm going to do this technique on this piece of cardstock. Let's say that we want to have a piece of a ribbon on, and we want to make it nice and straight, and we don't want to use wet glue, and we don't want to attach it onto the back of the card. This is really great. Just put down a piece of your double-sided tape. I'm going to add the ribbon now, and the most important thing you can do is pull your ribbon. If you kind of put it down like this, it's going to be crooked, it's going to be weavy and wavy. So I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to use the grid lines to get it nice and straight, and then I'm going to press it down. And now I've got ribbon on here, and I can just cut this end and this end, and then I don't have to worry about adhering it to the back and having the bulk on the back. I also had some other ideas of adding sequins. You could put some of the thicker adhesive down and then adding the sequence on in a line. You could even do letters, mask letters or shapes, and then put either the sequence or the glitter down. So lots of ideas how you can make your tape just a little bit more useful than adhering papers together. So that is it for this first edition in my What's in My Stash series. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be part 2 coming up of the adhesive shortly. You can check me out on my website and subscribe for more videos. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.